everybody, it's Lavender Town, and today I'm talking about creature design, and I'm going to design a little creature character myself. So a creature design is basically a design that is not a human, and it's not really just an animal. It's usually like a mix of animals, or it can be like basically anything that you're inventing entirely yourself that's like a new creature. Speaking of creatures, my sponsor for today is a mobile app game called Best Fiends. It's a free puzzle adventure game where you collect and build a team of these little fiends, and then they basically control the power of every one of these objects, and when you match them up, they use them to fight these slugs. It's constantly updating with new in-game events. This month is a Mother's Day challenge. If you beat all 16 of the Mother's Day challenges, you can win a special fiend style for Whisper. Best Fiends is also coming out with their first animated short called Boot Camp at the end of this month. So if you download it using the link below, you can watch that and you'll get $5 worth of gold and diamonds for free. So to start this video, I actually want to talk about my favorite fiend, Temper. So this is a very professional character design. Basically, he's super simple, he's very clear, and he's got clear shape language. You can see a bunch of triangles and a round shape, which sort of pushes forward the shape language of a friendly and active character, which matches with his personality. He's also, though he's based on a mite, which is a real insect, it's clear he's his own little character, so he is a creature design. Many creature designs start extremely simple and are very strong because of that. I'm going to draw out some other professional examples of how people do this. Basically, I'm just explaining the two very simple ideas that come together to create really great creatures. So obviously Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls is literally an Illuminati type symbol with a top hat on. The Soot Sprite from Spirited Away is just a piece of soot with a human attribute or a living creature attribute like eyes. Pikachu, I believe, literally is the chew is the sound a mouse makes, and Pika is like a sparking sort of onomatopoeia kind of thing. Calcifer is again like a force of nature plus eyes. And then also a lot of creatures are created by combining an animal or a human and an animal. So basically you don't have to go overly complicated and add a whole bunch of elements. Starting with a really simple idea can create really great iconic characters. So right now I'm just brainstorming. I'm literally just sketching all the random ideas that I have. I'm usually trying to combine like an animal and either another animal or some weird humanizing of some weird thing. Like I tried to make a little ice cream girl. I made like a little caiman who's like knitting and basically just trying to come up with any kind of random idea and just letting my imagination sort of warm up. Usually you start out with some pretty lame ideas, but as you keep going, you'll eventually find something you really like. And yeah, that's just a general sort of tip for you guys about everything with art. If you feel like your ideas are stupid or your drawings are bad, like that, all that means is you need to keep drawing, because like everyone starts with something that's kind of like silly or doesn't work, but like it's only through drawing more and more stuff that you eventually get to something you really like. So that's basically the process I'm doing right now, and this is pretty much the most honest like character design process I've ever shown you guys. But here is where I strike upon something I really liked. So this is a little moth-based character, but it's bipedal like a human. I also gave him a little crown because I like the idea of this gloomy, reluctant prince moth character. So that's basically what I end up sticking with, and then I decide to add another element, which you will see shortly. I'm doing sort of a quick and easy character lineup right now. So basically I'm just drawing him in 3 different angles, one from the front, one from the back, and one from the side. And I'm experimenting with his face because it's the only thing I don't like yet. Then I come upon this idea of giving him a electrical component so that he's not just a moth, and I give him basically a camera aperture as his eye. Now finally his face is working for me and I like it. So then I continue to work on his turnaround. He's too close together because his antennas will touch, so I have to move him around a little bit. And I'm not worrying too much if it's a little bit sloppy, because this is mainly for my own benefit so that I can draw him later. And that's usually how I approach character design. You really don't want to waste time being finicky with little details and stuff, because the most important thing right now is the idea and letting that sort of part of your brain just go wild. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm doing a couple quick and rough expressions too, just to sort of establish in my mind what his character is like. I want him to be sort of a reluctant prince, like I said, and sort of a shy, isolated kind of character. I just, I gotta say, I instantly became fond of him. I'm not sure why. And I named him Prince Shutterbug. Shutterbug is a term for someone who really loves photography. I thought that would match well since he is a bug and he has a little camera eye. So yeah, he's a cutie pie. Then I'm just blocking in some quick colors so that we can really see the silhouette. Obviously this is not like the natural color of him. I'm just sort of doing a shadowy kind of deal. And Prince Shutterbug does follow the same kind of concept as these previous professional designs that I showed you earlier. He's literally a moth and a camera and a prince, and that is his whole character basically. So now that I have a strong character design sheet that I can work from, I'm going to make another sketch of him that I'm actually going to render. When I was making the next sketch, I even exaggerated him just a tiny bit more, just to push that character even further and make him even cuter, and I like the proportions of that even better. It's not a huge change, but it's enough that I feel like it's just a tiny bit stronger. I also made his crown a little more crepe skew, and it's sort of sideways on his head, and yeah. Once I have this little sketch done, basically I'm going to draw him up with blocks of color. I really like doing this for my characters sometimes. It just makes them look kind of professional and like very clear of a silhouette of each shape. So I'm putting down a dark gray, and then I'm blocking in all the shapes of his head and basically his whole character design. I don't want any of the shapes that are the same color to be touching, so I'm carefully mindful of that. And I'm also trying not to use too many crazy colors. I know I want him overall to be kind of a gray sort of color. It matches with his Eeyore kind of attitude, and also his moth attributes, because moths are usually not that brightly colored. There are some exceptions, of course, but my little guy is sort of subdued. And so I am sticking to like a couple cool grays, some French grays. French gray is basically like a warm gray. And he's looking very adorable. So the main parts of his body are black, and then everything else is either a lighter gray or a white kind of color. And with that, our little Shutterbug is done, and I'm pretty happy with him. I'm doing a little bit of extra effects and sort of burnishing with a little bit of color around this character just to see how that looks, and just to give him a little bit more pep than it being straight up gray. I'm also using a bit of shine to try to reinforce that his eye is actually the aperture of a camera and not just like a weird eye. Oh, and I almost forgot his crown. So this is going to be the one point of really different color. I'm going to give him a nice gold crown, and that will also help this concept of him not really matching with his role in life. So it doesn't really match him. It's sort of out of place on his head a little bit. And it's literally out of place on his head. And then I give him a bit more shine, and then we're really done. So I just write up his name and put down his most basic attributes basically, to give me sort of an emotional idea of who he is, not just a visual idea. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me create this character. I really liked making him. He's super cute, and character design is one of my biggest passions, so I really love doing it. If you guys have any other character design based video ideas, definitely tell me, because I would love to do them. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you again soon. Big thank you to my patrons, including Muffins McGee, Paynamel, Adrian Delport, Violet Wilkes, Crystal Joy Rabante, Chartype, Den, Brock, Juan Alvarez, blah 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 blah, Adrian Morales, at Liv Likes to Draw, and Kate Meekins. Thank you so much for your support.